Vanishing Point, a novel by Keith A. Kenel. 42 of 101. Part 42. Truth be told, the hunt was the thing. The important holy work Caleb performed in his service, the feeling of pure fraternity he and his brothers at arms in Elohim's army shared as they did battle with perverts and mixed-race mongrels, the unspeakable sexual joy he found during his fuck, torture, kill sessions he and Bishop competed in as they removed the demon spawn that were their leading good men into temptation horror victims, the, dare he even think it, sexual bond he felt with Bishop Scudder as they wrestled in an, oh yeah, watch this display of innovative degradation and agonization of their traumatized, tormented, and hog-tied lumps of fleshly tantalization that they removed from circulation. All of these were wondrous, heart-beating, adrenaline-pumping moments of holy joy. But it was the slow, methodical, I see you but you don't see me hunt that was Caleb's greatest pleasure. The devil, Caleb said, emphasizing the word devil, is in the details. Caleb had two conflicting schools of thought and two conflicting goals. School of thought number one was that cover of night allowed him to better go unseen. Sure, there were security cameras everywhere, but most of them were not sophisticated and worked poorly in low light. The dome light in Caleb's van had been turned off long ago, and the just shy of dark as the law allowed sun film covering the van's windows made casual detection of his face difficult in daylight and practically impossible at night. Climbing in his van, Caleb grabbed his smokes from the center console and said a quick prayer of thanks for the advice Trevor, his Elohim Army comrade, had given him. Don't go dark as you can. You go too dark and you give the cops opportunity to pull you over, Trevor had told him. They pull you over and tell you they're just confirming that your car's in code. Code. Yeah, that's their code for we got you by the balls, boy. Don't give them the opportunity. Caleb knew that probable cause was an awfully broad bludgeon, and Caleb knew how to flirt with and thereby skirt probable cause. By avoiding certain actions, Caleb didn't give the popo an opportunity to pull him over and demand his license and registration. Staying low and unseen was one school of thought in the surveillance game. The other was to hide a needle in a pile of needles. A needle in a haystack is hard to find, but one particular needle in a pile of needles makes the needle nearly invisible. Caleb knew that out on a highway, driving during busy times was the best way to avoid detection. He knew that traveling at the speed limit qualified as probable cause. Ain't that bull horse shit? And that swinging wide at turns was an open invitation to be pulled over by the rare cop that didn't have his head up his ass. Caleb knew, and Caleb practiced the fine art of flying under the radar, but neighborhoods were different than highways. Folks in a neighborhood knew each other, and strange vehicles caught the eye of nosy troublemakers. The nice but not too nice gated communities around Interlaken made daylight incursions untenable. Reconnoitering or invading during peak daylight hours presented risks that Caleb knew he should avoid. He knew that, but he also knew that the two conflicting schools had to be balanced with his two conflicting goals, the goals of secrecy and immediacy. Caleb wanted to find, fuck, torture, and kill hot mama now. Not soon, not tomorrow, not next week, today. He wanted her, and he wanted her little spawn. And while waiting was delicious, Caleb was hungry, horny, and feeling guilty. Hot mama deserved what he was going to give her. Caleb had no doubt about that. But every moment spent hunting, punishing, and disposing of the little Jap was time away from his primary mission, the mission that had brought him to Pasco County in the first place. Caleb's mission, God's mission, was to find his unfaithful, race traitor, ungrateful bitch of a wife and extract from her all information about his daughter's death. Once that was accomplished, he would end her. He would end her in ways that he'd only touched on in the past. I bet whatever Big Brain said, the past is but a prologue, sure as fuck wasn't thinking about what I got in store for you, Carla. I'm looking forward to our reunion, Sudie. I'm looking mighty forward to it, he declared as he put his van in drive and set out on the hunt.